This is Mike with Monkey Butt Radio. We're here today at the International Motorcycle Show in Phoenix with the icon and living legend Dave Perewitz. Dave, glad to have you here in Phoenix. I just saw your interview on stage. It was great. Good to know a little bit more about you. One of the questions that we always ask anybody that's on the show is, what was your first motorcycle?
Well, my first motorcycle was, it was in 1969. I bought a 1964 Sportster, CH. And I was an ad in the paper, and I paid $800 for it. It was a good running bike. And I hung out with a lot of older guys, and they all had hot rod cars, and I had hot rod cars when I was, younger. And they all started riding motorcycles, and next thing you know, we're all on bikes and not really digging the cars anymore. And that was the beginning of, I rode motorcycles, since I was, 12, but it was always just, a neighborhood kid would have one, and I could never afford one. But yeah, that was the beginning of it all.
Wow. How was it riding that bike through the winters in Massachusetts?
Well, the winters weren't as bad as the vibration on those old Sportsters. I don't know how I did it. We would travel, we'd run up to Laconia and go to different places, and oh my God, I can remember, my bones aching, but I was a kid and we didn't care. We just loved to ride, so we were riding whatever we had.
My mom tells a story of going up to Laconia. She's from Long Island.
Oh yeah.
And when she was pregnant with me, on the back of a Sporty.
Really?
So it was, maybe that's why everything's loose in the head. But you did the interview, and we're going to play a little bit of it. Kind of the trend of the history of the industry and where you started and where the changes in it and things. Where do you see it 5 years from now?
Well, I get asked that question a lot, as far as the trends in how they change, and I've certainly seen lots of trends and lots of changes. I could tell you that, this is what I think, we'll take the baggers, for example. The baggers are, one of the biggest things out there right now. By far, the bagger thing is the biggest. And, it's because now they make so many cool parts, and guys are changing them, and they're making them look cool. And so now it's attracted all the younger crowd. Years ago, you wouldn't catch a young guy on a bagger.
Keys or glides.
Right. I had a new bagger that I took apart and customized in 1994, and I saw a picture of me in a magazine a short time later on the bike, and I said, "Holy shit, I look like an old man on that thing." And I sold it, and I didn't ride baggers for quite a few years after that, But then I, said, "Hey," but anyways, the bagger trend, it attracts the whole spectrum of age groups, from young kids to old men, in various stages, and they're practical. You can get into them for a reasonable amount of money. You can travel on them. They got the crazy sound systems now, and so by all rights, the bagger thing is here, and is it here to stay? All those practical things say, yeah, it's here to stay, but who knows? Who knows? It's nobody can really predict what's going to happen in the motorcycle industry in 5 years. I can tell you this: there's still going to be plenty of customs. We're going to be building bikes. We're going to be building whatever the newest style is. We're going to be coming up with our own twists on whatever we're doing. But what the actual trends will be, who the heck knows?
Well, you've adapted with the industry, and you changed as the industry was changing, as people's tastes change, and everything else. And Perewitz will be around for a long time because of that. Who do you see as the up-and-coming builders that have? Let me kind of preface it. You have your own style, and everybody, when they look at a Perewitz bike, they know it's a Perewitz bike. Who do you see as a young builder that maybe you admire their creativity?
Well, my two most favorite builders, and I say this, these two guys I admire, and I think they're two of the best builders in the world, as Matt Hotch and Roger Goldhammer. Mm-hmm. Both good friends of mine, and I love looking at their work. It's just so far ahead of the rest, you know, for the most part. I mean, there's a lot of good builders out there. I see young guys all the time, you know, coming up, and, you know, I always encourage anybody, you know, but I also tell them, you know, it's not an easy market to be in. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, it's a hard way to make money.
Yes. Well, Dave, appreciate you sitting down with Monkey Butt Nation.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be on for you.
Have fun in Phoenix.
I will.